Welcome dear students, we are on the CEC Gurukul lecture and we are in the series of the electronic circuit and we are discussing the various components of electronic circuits. In the today's lecture, we are discussing the potentiometer. What is a potentiometer? That is used for the adjusting the voltage in a device. So, and that is used to find out the EMF. Now, we will discuss the types of the potentiometer. There are mainly two types of the potentiometer. One is the rotary potentiometer and second is the linear potentiometer. Basically, the constructional features of these potentiometers vary, but the working principle of these potentiometers is same. So, what we will discuss one by one. First is the rotary potentiometer. This rotary potentiometer are used mainly for obtaining the adjustable supply voltage to the part of the electronic circuit. So, the volume control is an example of a radio transistor, is a popular example of the rotary potentiometer, where the rotary knob of the potentiometer control the supply to the amplifier, that how much we can increase and how much we can decrease. You see on the screen, and this is a one type of the potentiometer, rotary potentiometer. As we are having a three knobs, left, right, two knobs are fixed, one is variable. That is also in between that one and third knob, the between the middle one will rotate on the slider, and that is a slider or the wiper. The type of potentiometer has two terminal contacts between which the uniform resistance is placed in a semicircular pattern. You see here, here we are having a semicircular pattern, and the device also has a middle terminal and that connected to the resistance through a sliding contact attached with a rotary knob, that is the middle one. Now, by rotating the knob, one can move the sliding contact on the semicircular resistance. So, the voltage is taken between a resistance and contact and the sliding contact. In this manner, we can get the voltage adjustment. So, the potentiometer is also named as a POT, or in the short. The pot is also used in substation battery chargers to adjust the charging voltage of the battery. There are many more uses of the rotary type potentiometer where smooth voltage control is required. The next type of potentiometer is the linear potentiometers. This linear potentiometer is basically the same, but the only difference is that here, instead of the rotary movement in the circular movement, the sliding contact gets moves on the resistor linearly. Means it will move in the straight line. Here, the two ends of the straight resistor are connected across the source voltage. So, in a linear potentiometer, a sliding contact can be slide on the resistor through a track attached along the resistor. So, the terminal connected to the sliding is connected to one end of the output circuit and one of the terminals of the resistor is connected to the other end of the output circuit. You see here we are having the slider type of resistor. This type of rheostat is mainly used to measure the voltage across a branch of the circuit. So, the measuring the internal resistance of the battery cell, and for comparing the battery cell with the standard cell in our daily life. So, it is commonly used in the equalizer of the music and the sound mixing system. That will be slide on the gadget. And this type of the slider you have seen nowadays, the sound mixing system that use this type of the linear potentiometer. This is a linear potentiometer. Next type of potentiometer is a mechanical potentiometer. There are various types which is accessible on the Outlook. In the mechanical kind, utilizing for controlling the physically to change the obstruction just as the yield of the gadget. And notwithstanding, a computerized potentiometer is utilized to change its opposition naturally depend on the given state. So the sort of the potentiometer works precisely like a potentiometer, and its obstruction can be changed through the advanced correspondence. For example, we have SPI I2C as proposed to tuning the handle the straightforwardly. So these potentiometers are also called the pot and pot module design according to the requirement, and it incorporated the three terminals like input, output and ground alongside a handle on its zenith. So this handle works like the control to control the opposition by pivoting it in the two ways, like clockwise, in any case anti-clockwise. So the fundamental downside of the computerized potentiometers is that they are basically impacted by the various natural factors like soil, dust, dampness and many more. So these potentiometers can work in conditions like residue, soil, damps and without changing its activity. Next type of the potentiometer is the digital potentiometer. Digital potentiometer, as name suggests, then we use in the microcontrols like that. Advanced potentiometer are likewise called the digipots and the variable resistors, and which are utilized to control the simple sign utilizing the microcontrollers. And these sort of potentiometers give an output position that is alterable relying upon advanced data sources. It means that all the output we will form in the form of the digital form. Some of the time there are the likewise called the RDACs, that is the resistive advanced to simple converters, and the controlling this digit and rheostat should be possible by advanced signal as opposed to through the mechanical development. So this type of digital signal, and this is called the 8-piece example, or the 8-piece or equivalent to 256 stages. So digital potentiometers are 3 terminal devices like the other potentiometer. 2 are fixed and 1 is the wiper terminal, which is used to varying the output voltage. Similarly, here in the digital potentiometer have the various application like including the calibrating a system, adjusting offset voltage, tuning filters, controlling screen brightness and controlling the sound volume. So digital type of potentiometer we will use. But the mechanical potentiometer suffers from some serious disadvantages that it make it unsuitable for application where the precision is required. Size, wiper, contamination, mechanical wear, resistance, drift sensitivity to variation, humidity are some of the main disadvantages of the mechanical potentiometer. Hence, there is a requirement of the digital potentiometer. So digital potentiometer are more common in the applications. It provides a higher accuracy as compared to the other potentiometer. Digital potentiometer circuit which consists of the 2 parts. First, the resistive element along with the electronic switches, and the second is the control circuit of the wiper. As we see here in the figure that we are having this type of RDAC resistor, that is the digital potentiometer. Here we are on the screen. This is the push button interfaces. Next is the up down interfaces controller with the digital encoder. And these are the various type of the digital potentiometer that we will use. The first part is an array of the resistance, and each node is connected to the common point, that is a W, except the end points by the 2-way electronic switches. The terminal W is the wiper terminal, that is a movable, but the 2 terminal are fixed, that is a A or B. and each of the switches is designed using the CMOS technology, and only one of the switches out of all is in the on state and at a given time of the potentiometer operation. So switch with its on determines the potentiometer resistance, and the number of switches determines the resolution of the device. Now which switch is to be made on is controlled by the control unit. So we are having a number of switches, so it depends upon the requirement that which switch is on, which is off. The control circuit consists of RDAC register, which can be written digitally using the interfaces like SPI, I2C, up and down, and can manually control by the push button or the digital encoder. So we can have the up and down. One button is for the up to increase the resistance, and another button is the down to decrease the resistance. And the wiper position is at the middle switch. When the digital potentiometer off, after power is switched on, depending on our requirement, we can increase and decrease the resistance by suitable push button operation. So it means we are having a push button type of register. So advanced digital potentiometer also have a inbuilt onboard memory which can store the last position of the wiper. Means there is a memory circuit in the potentiometer. Now this memory can be of the volatile type or the permanent type, both depending upon its application. So for example, if we just case of the volume control of the device, we expect the device to remember the volume setting as used last even after we switch it on again. So in some gadgets we have having this type of a memory device which can keep the previous recording in it. So hence a permanent type of memory such as EEPROM is suitable for this potentiometer. So on the other hand, the system that output continue that give the output recalibrates the output continuously, and it is not necessary to restore the previous value. A volatile memory is used for this. Permanent memory is not required in this case. Now these are the types of the potentiometer. Like we discussed, like the rotary and like the linear, mechanical, and the digital. Nowadays digital potentiometers are used in the gadgets that are easy to operate, and the size depend upon its requirement and the application. According to the application, these type of potentiometers are designed. Now what are the characteristics of the potentiometer? The attributes of the potentiometer incorporate the accompanying. It is amazingly exact as it chips away at the accessing strategy instead of the procedure of redirection to decide the unidentified voltages. So it decides the equilibrium point in any case invalid, which need not bother with the power for the measurement. The potentiometer working is liberated from the abstraction of the source, as there is no progression of the current all through the potentiometer as it is adjusted. So the primary attribute of this type of potentiometer are the goal, tighten, and the checking codes, and the bounce on and out of position should be checked in this case. Now potentiometer sensitivity is also important part that can be characterized as the most unpotential variety that is determined with the assistance of the potentiometer, and it's effectively relies on the potential slope that is that will decide that how we can get the output of that. At the point when the potential slope esteem is low, the potential distinction that a potentiometer can ascertain is more modest, and afterwards the potentiometer effectively is work more. So the potentiometer effectability can increment through the increment in the potentiometer's length. As we increase the length of the potentiometer, then effectability of this potentiometer will increase, means the output value will increase if we increase the length of the potentiometer. This potentiometer effectability can likewise by expand for accompany the reason. So by expanding the potentiometer length, we can increase its output. By diminish the progression of the current inside the circuit through a rheostat, the two procedures will help with diminishing the worth of the expected inclination and expanding the resistivity. How we measure the voltage? By the potentiometer. The estimation of the voltage, how we can calculate the voltage? As it is a potentiometer, potential difference we will count it. So how we will calculate? The estimation of the voltage should be possibly utilizing a potentiometer in the circuit is exceptionally basic idea. In the circuit, the rheostat should change and the current move through the resistor can be changed so that for every unit of length of the resistor, a definite voltage can be dropped. Means we should change the rheostat and the current move through the resistors can be changed, and that can be measured through the sliding wire, and that will measure the voltage across it. Presently we need to fix the one completion of the branch to the resistor starting through the opposite end can be associated toward the resistor sliding contact utilizing the galvanometer, and thus presently we need to move the sliding contact over the resistor till the galvanometer shows its zero diversion, and that will be the null point. We will move that. We have to adjust the rheostat in such a manner so that we can get the null point. When the galvanometer arrives at its zero state or it is a null point, we note the position pursuing on the resistor scale and we will view that, and we can find the voltage in the circuit at that null point. For better arrangement, we can change the voltage for every unit length of the resistor. Now, what are the applications of the potentiometer? Potentiometer having a large number of the application. So, potentiometer as a voltage divider we will use. You see on the screen that VL we can find out that is a voltage divider. A set of input voltage applied across the two ends of the potentiometer can be used as a voltage divider to create manually adjustable output voltage at the slider. That means we can change the voltage. The load voltage across RL may now be calculated as VL is equal to R2 RL dot VS divided by R1 RL plus R1 R2 L plus R1 R2. In this manner we can calculate. Secondly, it is used in the audio control. The audio devices such as sliding the potentiometer are one of the most popular used for contemporary low power potentiometers. So sliding potentiometers, faders and the rotating potentiometer knob commonly used for the frequency attenuation, volume adjustment and other audio signal features, as we use in the basically we use in many appliances. So in the television we use picture brightness, contrast and the color responses. Nowadays we are having a click button in there, but previously it is the movable button. Nowadays we use a digital potentiometer for this. So we use the digital potentiometer in the picture brightening, push and pull button is there. The picture brightness, contrast and color response were controlled by the potentiometer. Vertical hold which impact the synchronization between the received picture signal and the receiver's internal SIP circuit. So for adjustable of the by using the potentiometer, that is also a multi-vibrator. In the transducers we use the potentiometer. That is establishing that the estimating this type of application is used to quantify the disloading of the body which is portable. So use of the voltage across these focuses additionally changes by using this potentiometer. The adjustment of the obstruction or the voltage in is corresponding to the adjustment of the removal of the body. According to the voltage change, a removal of the body, and this can be utilizing the estimation of the translation just as a rotational disloading. So these potentiometers work on the guideline of the opposition. They are additionally called the resistive potentiometers, and the shaft revolution may be addressed at a point, and the voltage diversion is there. Voltage adjustment we can have by using these. We are having a voltage adjustment in the potentiometer. So in another advantages of the potentiometer, there is no possibility of getting the mistakes, and it utilize the zero reflection strategy we are using. First we check the null point, then we will change its current. So the normalization should be possible by utilizing an ordinary cell straightforwardly. It is utilized to quantify little EMF because of exceptionally touchy. So the potentiometer length can be expanded to get the more precision. Moreover, at the point when the potentiometer it utilizes the circuit for estimation, then it does not draw any current. It is utilized to quantify the inward obstruction of the cell, just as we can think about the EMF of the two cell. Therefore, by utilizing the voltmeter, we can find out the comparison between the EMF of the two cells. There are some disadvantages of the potentiometer. That is potentiometer used that is the cross segment space of the potentiometer wire ought to be reliable, so that it is absurd basically, and while doing a trial the wire temperature ought to be steadily, yet this is hard because of the current stream. So data transfer capacity is restricted in the digital type of potentiometer. So these are the some of the basic disadvantages, and sometimes the downside of this is needs the power to move the wiper or sliding contact, and there is sometime there is a break in the wire. So there are some disadvantages that can be adjusted accordingly, and there are the other type of the potentiometer that we will define on the AC potentiometer and DC potentiometer. And the potentiometer is basically an instrument that measure the unknown voltage by balancing it with a known voltage. So we will discuss in the further lecture then how many types of the potentiometer, AC potentiometer and the DC potentiometer. We will discuss in the further lectures. Thank you very much.